The ups and downs of the financial market has always been a source of inspiration for filmmakers who have mined the subject time and again. From biographical dramas to high-octane crime thrillers, here's a list of movies and TV shows set around the stock market and the financial industry that you can add to your watch list right away.
When the financial crisis struck just before the 2008 election, Barack Obama pointed to Wall Street greed and regulatory failures as examples of the need for change in America.
A lack of oversight in Washington and on Wall Street is exactly what got us into this mess.
Welcome to Cinematic. This video is about the 8 movies and TV shows set around the stock market and the financial industry. Before we start, I request you to subscribe to Cinematic, like and share this video, and stay tuned with us. Also, follow our page on Instagram @Cinematic3 and on Twitter, The Cinematic3. So the first one on this list, Scam 1992, the Harshad Mehta story in 2020.
ओल्ड स्कूल हो या न्यू स्कूल, सबके सिलेबस में एक सब्जेक्ट कॉमन होता है, प्रॉफिट, और वो मेरा फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट है.
With an instantly viral opening soundtrack and critically acclaimed performances, the show follows the rise and fall of the infamous stockbroker and the massive financial scam he managed to pull off in the early 90s.
बॉलीवुड और मार्केट दोनों में नए लोग आ गए हैं भाई. अभी अमिताभ बच्चन और हर्षद मेहता दोनों का टाइम गया.
डार्लिंग, टाइम जाता नहीं है, टाइम लाता है एक्सपीरियंस, और एक्सपीरियंस का ना अपना वैल्यू है.
The web series, which quickly became one of the highest rated Indian series on IMDb, gives a fascinating insight into the economic landscape of the country during the time of liberalization. Next, The Wolf of Wall Street in 2013.
Let me tell you something. There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time.
The movie follows his rise as a stockbroker in New York City and the rampant fraud and corruption he engaged in on Wall Street that led to his conviction. Based on the life of former stockbroker and convicted felon Jordan Belfort.
The key to making money in a situation like this is to position yourself now before the settlement. Because by the time you read about it in the Wall Street Journal, it's already too late.
The genre is rife with stories, both real and fictional, of morally comprised stockbrokers and their exploits. Next, The Big Short in 2015.
How big's your short position right now?
Just 1.3 billion.
And the premiums?
Well, we pay roughly 80 to 90 million each year, which is high, but I was the first to do this trade. Watch, it will pay. I may have been early, but I'm not wrong.
One of the more comprehensive and thorough studies of the American financial system, this award-winning movie focuses on the events leading up to the 2007 housing market crash that eventually triggered the 2008 global financial crisis. Next, Money Monster in 2016. The crime thriller stars George Clooney and Julia Roberts. Clooney plays Lee Gates, a TV personality who hosts a show where he advises the audience on financial investment and speculation on the New York stock markets.
I didn't steal a dime. We didn't
Bullshit!
do anything illegal.
You
You
manipulated
don't care what
stock
I'm going to say.
prices.
You need someone to
drugged
blame.
people,
You've already
you
decided
broke
it's
the
going to be
law.
me. What law? Name one law you can prove I broke. No, don't look at him. He can't prove it either. This is just business, and this is how business is done.
That doesn't make it right.
Oh, please.
One day, a gunman breaches the studio and holds Gates hostage, claiming that he lost all his life savings based on the tip given by him. Now it's up to Gates and his associates to figure out a way to get to the bottom of the failed tip and save their lives. Next, Too Big to Fail in 2011.
For the banking industry, Congress has approved legislation which will allow commercial and investment banks to merge and form institutions of unprecedented size and global reach.
Meltdown, new numbers showing that a record number of Americans are losing their homes.
More than 70 mortgage companies have failed in the last few months in America, and now the biggest of the big companies, the Bear Stearns, the big banks, are caught holding the bag.
Based on Andrew Ross Sorkin's non-fictional book, the movie follows everything that was done before and after the collapse of Lehman Brothers, a key factor in 2008 global financial collapse. It focuses on the actions of the US Treasury and the Federal Reserve System during the early stages of the collapse. Next, Margin Call in 2011.
Sir, if those assets decrease by just 25%, That loss would be greater than the current market capitalization of this entire company.
How long would it take to clear that from our books?
You cannot be doing what you're thinking of doing.
The movie plays like a fast-paced thriller. The story takes place over the course of 24 hours at a large Wall Street investment bank and revolves around the bank employees' efforts to avert the impending meltdown. Next, Inside Job in 2010. This 2010 documentary about the global financial crisis of 2008 won an Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature. The film systematically breaks down each element that played a crucial part in triggering the financial meltdown.
Goldman Sachs, Lehman Brothers, they knew what was happening.
What do you think about selling securities which your own people think are crap? Does that bother you?
As a hypothetical?
No, this is real.
It takes a look at the systematic corruption of the United States by the finance industry and how that led to the crisis. Next, Bazaar in 2018.
तुझे कैसे पता था कि चन्ना एग्रो का स्टॉक गिरेगा?
सर, मैं बाजार के पीछे का इमोशन पढ़ता हूं सर. रिगांडो की हिस्ट्री कहती है दैट ये कंपनी जिस भी कंट्री में जाती है वहां लैंड एक्वायर करती है. जमीन इंडियन फार्मर का प्राइड. सर, किसान भूखा मर जाए पर जमीन ना छोड़े.
This drama thriller follows the lives of the power brokers of the financial scene in Mumbai. Rizwan, a stock trader from a small town, comes to Mumbai hoping to make it big in the country's financial capital. But his fast ascent to the top is interrupted when he finds himself unwittingly tangled in a corrupt mess. We promise our love for you is pure and involves no transaction in the form of money, fraudulent or a scam. Show us your love with thumbs in the comment section.